Again,
Let's
here.
go. We here.
Actually, another Wednesday.
Another one, man. Another
Be
one.
more
Pleasure
for
to be
real.
Here. Be more for real, man.
Thanks
It's a
for
lot to
joining
talk
in.
about, man. It's a whole lot to talk about. That's going on around us, and we here to be more for real about all the situations, man.
Subscribe.
First of all, like, share, subscribe, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. It's always free to help us. We do a lot of things within the community, in and around the community, as always. So it's important that you like, share, subscribe. Hopefully our audio is doing good. We messed up a little bit last week with the audio, man.
That's a production. We working all the way around. We getting
so far,
new and used to this. So
far,
you got to work with us.
Yeah, you got to work with us, man. That whole episode, it was what it was, but we're gonna keep it going as usual. A lot of things happen in the world, Wayne, man. It just gets so crazy. So a lot of things to think about, right?
We should be on here every day instead of every Wednesday.
For real, man.
So much happened between the time of last Wednesday back here tonight. But the situation that we're about to talk about blows your mind. We don't think about it. Things that happen every day in BMore and everywhere else. And you picked the perfect topic. So I'm going to let you get started before I jump in and on it.
I got you, as always.
Uncle Wayne, our moment for those who are not here before we get started. Absolutely. Moment for those who can't be here with us, but always in our thought and memories.
Yes, sir. And we back with you. So as you can see, the top and tipping in America, tensions are running high, man. The tension is running extremely high. And this is something that has to be stressed. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about this much, and I'll be like, man.
Hey, I used to be a server. That was part of, a server, what they call it. They changed the name because to be a waiter, waitress, to a server, to whatever name. So you learn to live off of tips. But tips is to ensure proper service. A lot of people don't even know the what tips mean.
Right.
But it's to ensure proper service.
Right.
So really, a tip is not you. How am I gonna put this? You can't demand anyone to give you a tip. It's your service that allows them to give you a tip. But things have changed now that they are living off of the tips. So the amount you make per hour, you have to make tips in order to even it out.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a very valid point.
Do you tip? Let's get this off, sir. Do you tip? And what percentage do you tip?
Well, I do tip. And
what type of tipper are you?
I tip the best of my ability. I'm not the best tipper there is out there, but
so
I
what
do
percentage?
Tip nonetheless. I wouldn't even say a percentage, but if I would give a percentage, I would say, look, let's say I order a freaking pizza or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like at least a $5 tip or something. I'm not like no $1 person, especially in 2023. I'm not like that. You understand what I'm saying?
That's it. A lot of us don't know.
Yeah, still I do tip. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I just give money to those people that I see that are in need, as I see fit and as I have. You know what I'm saying?
That's your tipping.
I give freely too. No, but when I go out to eat though, more specifically, tipping.
But let me say,
always
you at least supposed to tip at least 15%.
15%.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand, but you do. That's
15%.
That's the average.
If we're going
amount.
out to eat and all of that stuff, I mean, we will definitely make sure the waiter is taken care of.
So just for the word, and we get a bad rap. Most of us blacks, we really don't know about tipping. We don't. We just, and I used to work at the restaurant. This is the part that used to wear me out. I have the best times at the black tables and made the less money. Do you kind of get that? I had the best times with them, but made the less money at their tables.
Think about it. Table, but made less. Why? How? So I get what you're saying. I kind of understand what you're saying. Understand what you're saying. It's like you had a good time with them, but they weren't the best of customers to serve.
Because I work off for tips. So when you hear those things, black don't tip, those are some of the reason why. That's what happens. Because we really, really don't know about the 15% tipping. That's because something we didn't grow up with.
I was raised like this, right? If you can't afford to tip, then don't go out. You understand what I'm saying? then don't go out. You know what I'm saying? And
Usually
then
that's what we
I
say
mean,
after the
black people
fact.
do have this stigma of not tipping, and maybe that goes hand in hand with how black people have a bad reputation with black business. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe certain cultures and customs like those is a part of the reason why um, we can't establish good grounds in terms of business. It's because we do things like that are contrary wise to our production. So I mean, like when we do things contrary wise to our production, we're really shooting ourselves in the foot. So when we're trying to do business, and I see it a lot too with black businesses and black people that's in business. You want the brother, cousin, you know what I'm saying? Because you my mans, I went to school with. Yeah, I know you discount.
We
Everybody,
talked about that too, right?
everybody know that discount. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that HBO discount. I don't know if that's so. I don't know if that's going to be conducive to our production in terms of black businesses. I think that in order to outpace a lot of these businesses, we would have to spend more dollars with the black business. So now, look, this is something deep, and we talking about tipping in America, and we gonna get right back to that in a
Tipping,
second. We got something to show
remember we
y'all.
got solutions
We
too.
gonna get right. We gonna get, and this is what I'm offering solution. We gonna get right back to that. So now you have businesses right in America, right, which are not black owned. And it comes from a long line of defaults that we have. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is the thing. Black people don't own anything.
Mm-hmm. True.
So, I mean, like everything that we get, we have to buy from people. You understand what I'm saying? We got to buy from other people. So even if what happens is when, long story short, short story even shorter, is when we buy from our own folks, we're probably gonna pay more than if we pay in a store at Ox store or at Walmart
yeah.
because they you know what I'm saying, they middlemen, you know what I'm saying, they trying to get it out the mud. So chances are we have to spend more money for the same product with our own people. And so, like me, I try to keep that in mind. Like, yo, instead of going somewhere else, I'd rather just spend a couple more extra dollars to spend with these black businesses because I know that they are not getting prices at a premium. They are. I know that they're getting prices at a premium. Excuse me. I know that they are getting prices at a premium. So chances are we are going to have to pay more to support our black businesses. But as I digress, I was taught not to go out if you don't have a tip. And here you go with people that's having a life, you know what I'm saying? Their life. That's their life. This is what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? This is how they make money, who work just to not get tipped. You know what I'm saying? And black people historically are bad with that. We have a bad reputation with tipping, and I think that goes hand in hand with business.
Right.
I think that goes hand in hand with the way we do business. That's backhanded business, and we should not be recognized as the people that do that. I know we probably the brokest out of all the races, but goddamn it, we don't have to act
None of
like
us
it.
broke. None of us broke. But let's flip the other side of the coin. Remember, I get on this. Remember, I'm 60 years old. It's a difference with me. Those rules of servers weren't rules by black men. People get on me when I say that because if black men made rules and regulations, policies and procedures, they wouldn't fit the way that is. Now, if we ran our own black restaurants, we would have made it simple. You'd have made a wage that makes for you to live. You shouldn't have to live off of a certain amount for tips. When you come to a black restaurant, the servers should get a certain amount that they will give you the great service, whether you tip or not. Get it? Because if they were making good money, they wouldn't worry if you tip or not. They would just give you great service because they're getting a nice amount of pay.
Right.
So why do they make a small amount of pay to live off of tips? Where did this idea come from? Do you see it just doesn't make
Well,
sense?
see, we actually delve into
Tipping.
we actually delve into a lot of the where the restaurant industry come from. And to be honest with you, I did the research. I definitely did the research beforehand. I believe the restaurant industry started. You know what we're gonna do? This is what we're
Yeah,
gonna
pull
do
up a little.
real quick.
We got the time. We got the time.
Let's do this. Let's ask Google. Let's ask Google right here and see what it says.
Now, remember, you
When did
asking
the
Google.
restaurant industry start? Let's just see something for a second. Hold on.
And you got to
When
find
did
that
the
on Google.
restaurant industry start?
According to Alimentarium, according to legend, in 1765, 1965, a man by the name of Monsieur Boulanger was the first to open an establishment offering a choice of restorative broths and even.
So, in about the 18th century, mid 18th century, 1765, the restaurant industry began. So they just refreshed my memory. You know what I'm saying? So you know that we're not making this up. So I don't like to talk about things that I don't know about. Number one. So the restaurant industry started then, and
That explains some things.
tipping culture actually didn't start until the 18th century,
That explains some things again.
excuse me, somewhere around the 19th century, in the 1800s, around the time of Abraham Lincoln's assassination and all that stuff. That's when tending and you had a server and all of that stuff.
They'd have waited a little longer. We'd have made the laws.
And you had a
They
waiter.
wouldn't have to worry about tip. They would have got a good salary.
That's where it started from. But to be honest, we don't know everything in the ins and out about restaurant industries, what it takes to buy and supply the food and deliver it on demand to customers and things of that nature. So for whatever reason, the restaurant industry is the way that it is. And my issue is that black people have a stigma of not tipping. And so this is the problem with that.
We've earned
that.
When
When people go out to eat and they black people, right? And we expect good customer service, but these people are used to black people not tipping. What kind of service you think is gonna get? Because I mean, after a while, it lowers people morale. Let's be more for real.
But we're not
that.
being taught. We think we know it all. That's where our situation come in. But we have to teach each other. Now you know. You've heard me. Don't go to another restaurant and order anything and tip less than 15%. Because if you do, you are the black weakest link.
So we have a comment right here from a special person. It says some people don't realize that essentially the server works for you. They are an extension of the restaurant, but they work for the party they serve. We should tip generously for great service.
So that's more than 15%. Generously, it's more than 15%. 15% is required.
Well, what she's saying is that the waiters are essentially employees for you and not the restaurant.
But that doesn't make sense.
They're working to serve you.
But that doesn't make sense. They should get paid a certain amount per hour to serve. That's what they do. And a tip is just a little extra just to thank you. That's how it should be. That's how we as blacks think that's what a tip is. We think a tip is just a thank you or a little couple of dollars extra. That's what we believe a tip is. Mm-hmm. We didn't know 15% was a tip, but I didn't know until I got into the restaurant business. If you don't know, you don't know. So that's what it is. Remember, I said I spend the most. We want to
thank all the viewers. We want to thank everybody that's viewing. We hope that
on the tipping.
Go over to the YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You know what I mean?
And 50%.
Go over to the YouTube. Go over to the YouTube. That's ultra important. Just go over to the YouTube. BMore4Real. Information is down below.
Gotta subscribe, you all. Gotta subscribe.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and still, let's go ahead and let's get into this video because I know we've been talking for a minute and we gotta get that. We have to get this out. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do for the audience is I'm gonna go ahead and try to share a screen here and bear with us too because we want to bring this all together. It's important to discuss this tipping culture, this tipping thing. Now keep that in mind and remember you heard it here first because we be more for real about everything. Everything that we say we being more for real about. Everything we being more for real about. So let's go ahead and pull up some screen share, right? And then we're gonna pull up this one, and then we're gonna pull up that one. Let me know if y'all can see this right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss this. It has a little. We don't own the rights. We do not own the rights to any of this. We appreciate the content creators who made this. It's a news station, actual news station. So you guys gonna hear what they have to say about the situation as well. Let's get into it.
At Tokyo Japanese Grill in King, the question isn't who's going to pay, it's who's going to tip.
I keep telling them, support them, that, okay, it's okay, we don't make on this table, we're going to make on the next one.
The servers say they're having a hard time making money because customers don't always tip. And Wednesday, it hit a new dangerous level.
She hit me with the phone and then she got me to the neck and all that stuff. Because I tried to hold her back.
Owner Mi Tang says staff recognize 2 regulars who don't typically leave a tip when they dine in. Tang says one of their servers approached the table and asked if they were going to leave a tip. That's when surveillance video caught the customers get up and throw things off the cashier station. Then a fight breaks out.
I have to stand up for my people. I have to stand up for that. I have to stand up for my business. This is my business. They cannot come over here and do on that stuff after we have already done with the talk to them.
Tang says the last time the pair came in, she asked if anything was wrong with the meal or service that would warrant no tip.
I said, if you cannot tip people, you can play online order, take out order, come over here, take your food, and go. Don't leave the mess and make someone to do it. That's the cheating on their labor.
Tang says her servers make minimum wage, which is $2.13 for tipped employees. That's why Emma McDaniel says they depend on at least 15% from each table.
I mean, I can't imagine not living at home because I have to pay more. I think people need to learn that that's what we live off. That's how we make our money.
Moving forward, McDaniel hopes customers will be more considerate of the work they put in. As for the fight, Tang filed a police report.
There's no reason to get aggravated or elevated at this point. And y'all.
All right, so look, that's enough. We heard enough about that. We heard enough.
They had the nerves to call the police. You gotta be kidding me.
We heard enough. But now you can see how important and how stressful and what the tension is like with tipping in America.
You agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Well, I know you don't. And
that was a.
And then what don't you agree with?
Let me explain something. Yeah. First of all, you hear how she said they were there regulars.
Right.
They come there regularly.
Exactly.
Remember, you don't have to pay a tip.
Right.
A tip is not a requirement. It is to ensure proper service. If you don't feel the people's service is good enough, you don't have to tip. Okay. That's the whole purpose of it.
Okay.
They're making it seem like they are required to tip, and they came to them while they were there and asked them, are they going to tip?
Yeah, they did.
Whoa.
They really did. And see, me,
absolutely.
And see, this is why I love to be more for real, because even me and Uncle Wayne, we don't agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that these people are providing a service, and I believe absolutely you should tip. I don't care if you're a regular or not. And that's why she asked them politely, and you see the response that she got. She asked them, she said, look, is there something wrong with our service? They didn't just ask them to tip. She asked them, is there something wrong with our service? Is there something wrong with our food? If not, we would like for you to order out and take out instead of taking advantage of our workers that get paid off a tip.
No, that's what they said. No,
that's what they said. But hold on.
Try to ask somebody, are you going to tip?
Let's get to some more comments.
She started it.
Let's get to some more comments. Cuz said, I don't leave a tip if the waiter service wasn't up to par. He said, times is hard, and I don't mind keeping my money if the service is bad. That's what he said. That's what he said. And look, I don't disagree with that either. But I think it's a fine medium. If I could, I think it's
find that medium.
No, I think it's a fine medium because, like I said, look, if you waiting on a table, right, that you know that it's not gonna give you any tips, it lowers your morale, and that's no excuse. But we're humans. We're susceptible to our morale being lowered. Now you know that you providing a service that you're not getting paid for properly. How much gratitude you think they're gonna have to treat this goddamn on a job? You understand what I'm saying? For real. So
you paying for the food when you in the middle. You're not discounting the food. You paying for your food. When a person go in and they pay for their food, if the server had great service, then you get what you are. If you have lousy service, I'm not going to give you a tip and you treat me any kind of way. I'm sitting there, you don't refill this. I'm looking for you, can't find you. And then I got to give you extra money too because your job only paying you a certain amount per hour. I'm supposed to feel that. See, that's a whole different side of it. That's why I said I had more fun.
Well, see, now look, okay.
Think about.
We have to think about this. Listen, too, because I don't like to just discuss things for no reason. Matter of fact, before I even get into my thing, let's get into some more comments. We have some more comments. She said, customers are
They ain't gonna be
dead.
on my side.
Dead is wrong here, throwing stuff. Nah. So
Oh.
she said the customers are dead wrong here. They throwing stuff.
Yo.
Just hell no. For real. All right.
Maybe the throwing
All right.
stuff I can agree.
All right. Also, if the wait staff was paid better, they might not be so angry. So
Back to
like
my
you
side
said,
again.
for real.
If black men had the rules and regulations, policies and procedures, people get upset when I say this, but it's a true fact. If we made some of them laws, and look when they were made, even when he talked about them, 1700 and 1800 something, if black men ran the town, you were made a nice salary so you can treat people with some respect. Do you understand?
Well,
till people give you money. You got to kiss.
I think black people aren't there yet to understand how business works because obviously all restaurants work under this code. So it's either something we don't know about the restaurant industry.
I just told you don't know about those things were created by white men. I'm not knocking them. Those rules need to be changed.
I mean, just think of how much has to happen. Think of how much has to happen in order for a meal to get to your plate. You know what I'm saying? Even vegetables, not just meat.
Absolutely.
But
so
even
you
vegetables.
should tip.
Think of how many factors came into
all
place.
They did was bring the food, so you need to tip the cook, you need to tip the bus boy, you need to tip all of them.
No, because
all
they're
of
the ones
them
getting paid. The chefs, the cooks.
Oh, they get
paid the regular money.
So only the servers.
The servers, which is why Tracy said so eloquently, the servers probably more likely are workers for you as opposed they're an extension of the company. They employees of you. So if you need them to go get something, they're gonna come and get it for you. But you got to realize too that they got some other people to facilitate too.
I know.
And I mean, like,
that's called work.
I think
if you're getting paid per hour, that's called work. You got several tables.
Right.
Have to deal.
It's called work.
Imagine if the hours. That's the solution.
Okay.
Remember, we got to get the solution next. We already know the solution, right?
And we spent a lot of time. We spent a lot of time on the subject too because it
know
is
the
hot.
solution for this.
He said, Cuz said the workers was in the wrong because for one, they keeping the business up and running by dining in, and number two, nobody is holding a gun to the workers' head to say and be a waiter. Nobody holding a gun to the worker's head to stay and be a waiter. They know what they was getting into before they were hired.
I kind of like his idea.
So back in school, so
he said, you're going to make a certain amount per hour.
He said, go back to school and get a real job with benefits. Damn. God damn. Hey yo, cuz. Hey yo, he really put that missile on you for real though. Hey yo, and see, I can get with that, but
hey,
yet again, Americans are lazy. We want people to serve us. So,
you really think Americans are lazy?
I'm not. I know it, but whole time though. Hold on, let's do something. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get something here, and I really like the.
I like the comment though, because I like the.
I love the comment. I love the comment because we're gonna get into Google real quick.
Let's get some interesting comments.
Let's get some.
Like that,
let's get some interesting facts here. How? Oh no! You know what? I can do it from my phone, so you can.
Get those interesting comments.
So you can hear it from Google. I'm gonna get it from my phone. You can hear it from Google.
What are you Googling now?
Watch this. What percentage of Americans are in the restaurant industry?
Oh wow!
According to National Restaurant Association, prior to the coronavirus pandemic, the restaurant and food service industry was the nation's second largest private sector employer, providing 15.4 million jobs, or 10% of the total U.S. workforce.
Whoa, did you hear that? So
a lot of people depend on those tips.
Whoa, did you hear that? I hope y'all heard that. I hope y'all heard that clear. So if not, what I would do.
Imagine if we opened up. Listen, if black men open up the restaurants, we just change it. That when you come to our restaurant to work for the ones, the servers will get paid a nice wage.
So how do you pay the servers and the cookers and the people that you own the property to and
just do it.
And for all the materials,
how do you manage all of that? We do it right. We don't do what they did. We learn from them and do it right.
See, I'm under the wise impression of not reinventing the wheel. See, look, we live in a capitalistic society.
We got to reinvent
We need our own wheel. This is not communism. You understand what I'm saying?
We need our own wheel.
We do need our own wheel.
So
I wouldn't argue that.
Let's reinvent.
I wouldn't argue that.
Let's reinvent
We do need our own
the
wheel.
wheel.
But
Called black
the wheel already works.
The black wheel.
What better thing to keep things rolling other than a wheel?
Because it's not working for us.
No, the circle keeps going.
Working,
the circle is the wheel.
No, it's not. Look
it's a natural shape.
It's not working.
The wheel always works.
It's not working.
It may not work in our favor
because it's not working.
It may not work in our favor,
so
but
as
the wheel
black men, we got to
works.
make a change. Our restaurants, that everybody get paid a wage,
but
per hour.
How can
that's
you sustain
reasonable?
Restaurants already?
But you know what we got to teach each other. Let me tell you why, blacks. We got to teach each other as black leaders. Stop trying to be rich and famous.
Okay.
First of all, get the bare minimum and learn to live together. We always want so much more. That's why we're in the situation we're in now.
Right.
All of us can share that piece of a pie. If you got a restaurant, all of them share a piece of the pie. You have good food, you charge reasonable money, and all the workers get paid well.
I just don't
and
think
you give good service.
I just don't think that is wise. Now look, this is what the Google said. It said prior to the coronavirus, right? Prior to the coronavirus pandemic,
prior to that.
It said the restaurant food service industry was the nation's
major,
second largest private sector employer.
And how many were owned by blacks?
Providing 15.4 million
Google
jobs.
up again and ask how many were owned by blacks.
Let's ask Google. How many restaurants are owned by black people? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Hold on.
There are over 1,300 options under its U.S. food and dining list. EatBlackOwned.com is a simple way to find and frequent black-owned restaurants.
She got off the situation.
No,
hold on.
It
was so low. She had to go to another.
What percentage of the restaurant industry is black-owned? Hold on. See, look, hold on. Pause. When we get in these,
keep
pause.
Going.
Let's do this over again.
Keep going.
What percentage of the restaurant industry is black owned?
According to Zippia, comparatively, 18.5% of restaurant owners are Hispanic or Latino and 10.2% of restaurant owners are black or African American.
10%.
You said black and they said Latino before they said black.
It says 18.5% of restaurant owners are Hispanic or Latino, and 10%, 10.2 to be exact, restaurant owners are black or African. So now we're getting to numbers of it. So even in the restaurant industry, 1 out of 10 of them is black owned. And then you don't want to know the statistics on how many of them last beyond 3 years of restaurant businesses. We can break down those practices. That's why I said,
did you hear that? Did you hear what Google just told you?
I heard it.
That shit
and
hurt,
what
right?
did you get? What did you get from it?
That hurt my feelings.
We don't own shit. That's what I got from it. We don't own shit.
That hurt my
We
feelings.
don't own restaurants. We don't own farms.
And they gonna bring Latino
none of this shit.
up.
We don't own none of this shit.
Black. Watch this. You asked for black. And it's so bad. First, they went to another subject.
I
Then
ain't
you did
even
it
peep
again.
that.
Then they said 18%. Then they said 18% Latino.
I didn't even peep that.
Then they had to go all the way down to 10 because it's so low.
I didn't even peep that. That is an eye opener. I never even peeped that. And that's some real facts right there. They went to Latinos before they went to black people.
Said, hold on.
Based on those statistics as well too, it will tell you that the Latino community has outpaced the black community, at least in the food industry. That's what that tells you as well too. And for damn good reason. I'm telling you, my favorite food is Mexican. I will tell you straight up, my favorite food is Latino and Mexican. So
anybody in the corner
I see why. I'm not going.
And they're coming in Baltimore. And they taking over Baltimore.
And they taking over every city.
Everywhere.
And see, this is their native land. See, this is what Americans, let's be more for real about stuff. Because they were here first. And these people are more native to America than we are. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And
we not
that
even
only happened through a certain circumstance. That's why Texas is like how it is and all. Man, look.
And to hear that and you telling them they can't come across the border and this was their town.
And you're going to build a wall. That's crazy. They're more Native American than we are.
Black
That's
men are not leading because this wouldn't be a mess like it is now. It wouldn't be. See?
We're going to be more for real about all these circumstances.
Be more for real. We went all over the place,
We
but
did.
just to think where we came for them tips. To see what's going on and to see where we are in this restaurant business and to learn tipping all the way around. If we change things, our solution, remember, we go to solutions. The solution is simple. I said it earlier. Pay them more, things will be better. We get better service. Bang.
And what I will say too, look, for those people that are on Facebook, please do us a favor and go over to YouTube so we can get the channel started, so we can get things popping. BMore4Real Podcast. Go over to the YouTube page, like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification button, leave some comments. The mic is always open. It's BMore4Real, man. The mic is open. And let's talk and let's discuss about it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to the other subject.
We're gonna bring up
we might as well. We got a solution. Remember the solution.
Yeah, I mean,
pay
we
more,
got some comments.
Get better service.
We got some comments. We're sorry we can't get to them right now, but let's go to the next subject. Tipping in America. We'll get to that later. Now we're talking about people in authority abusing power. Now this is something real, you know what I'm saying, that we got to discuss as a community, that we got to be more for real about. Now remember, BMore4Real is not just about Baltimore at all. It's about being more for real. It's a what you call a double entendre, which we if you don't know, just look it up or whatever. Double entendre. It means two things at once, because yes, it could mean be more because we in Baltimore, but it's really about being more for real about ourselves, being more for real about our situations, being more for real about the circumstances in which we're facing, because we have things going on around us that we have to be aware of in order to navigate this earth and continue to live. We don't understand that life is not all sunshine and mirrors and smoke screens, and it's not all fun and games. It's not. There's some real things going on around us, and we want to be more for real about. We want us to be more for real about.
We know you all going through a lot in Baltimore. We know you're going through tough times. That's why we asked you to join in, so you can get a time just to sit back, relax, and give us some real, true feelings on how you feel about everything, but just be for real.
Right. Y'all see me and Uncle Wayne, we get up on here. We don't agree about everything. We just set up in
I'm
here and
60.
told y'all.
He's half my age. You think we're going to agree? But listen, we learn how to disagree.
Right.
Get it?
Right.
That's called communication.
Right.
And that's what we all have to learn.
Right.
We're going to be here all of our lives, so we might as well get along.
We might as well get along. And that's the thing. We got to figure out what is our governing bodies and stuff like that. So these people that's in authority, they are abusing power. Now let me give you a spectrum. Let me just give you a rundown of what I'm talking about here. People that's in authority, whether it be coaches, whether it be teachers, whether it be spiritual leaders, there's a lot of these people that misappropriate their powers. And it's not just
people
any kind of misconduct. It's not just any kind of misconduct. It's sexual misconduct within these spaces. Look, think about the Catholics. Think about the Boy Scouts. Think about the churches. Think about the schools. Think about the coaches. Just think about all of them. Think about all these
leaders that we trusted.
Think about all these people that's in power. Look, I'm gonna even give you one. Even more, foster parents, the people that have foster children, that adopt children. Why don't we screen these people accessibly?
It's true fact.
These people are entrusted with raising the future. Dead serious. Or keep on training the people that's in society today with the academics or the skill set that they have as athletes. These people are entrusted with this information.
Trust them.
And they know people on a deeper level than we may understand other people personally. You know what I'm saying? When you push other people to certain boundaries, whether you in boxing, whether you in fighting, I mean, like, come on now. How many examples do we need of spiritual, professional, educational, doctoral? How many examples do we have to have with people that's in power abusing their powers for them to see? Even down to the police that abuse their powers every day, that abuse constitutional rights every day. Like,
true fact.
What you think about that?
See, this is the thing. When we trust in these people, and it happens regularly, we trust these people, we believe in these people, we put our trust in them, and they take it as a way in. and they abuse the situation. And it's just like you said, they have authority. So they get away with it. But they get away with it by not getting caught. But the person that they put they, let's say for example, if they, all right, let me say because there's certain words we can't use up here.
Yeah.
So let's say if they did something and they like physically touching someone and going to that level, it mentally does something to that person.
Right.
If that person can't react because they're in an authority figure, they can't react to them. It takes them in, and mentally it builds up into them, and it destroys their life. And they don't even understand that it's destroying their life because they had to hold it in. And these people are rarely ever held accountable. Look at the Catholics of all the things they've done for years and years and years. Suing for money, what in the world would that make a difference when these people's lives were destroyed? And it happens regularly now. But remember we talked about this. If your child from the age of birth to 10, you even said 13, I can agree on that. If you don't know where your child is, if you're the mother or the father, anything happened to your child, it's your fault. It's simply your fault. God has given you children. You are the mother and father. You need to know where your child is every single moment when they are under that age. You can't say, oh, I got to work in
at
this.
all times.
If you say those words, I had to work and something happened to the child, it's your fault. You can't blame the child and you blame yourself for work. I'm saying you made the decision. So if you made the decision to work because you had to take care of your children, remember, that's a decision you made. You know, that's when I say people don't seem to understand that. I'm really serious when it comes down to children because that is the most valuable and vulnerable thing that God has.
And that's my whole point. That's
us.
my whole point and the whole topic of conversation because, you know what I'm saying, when people that's in authority abuse their power, it's a problem. I always like to say, you know what, if I was a president or whatever or a king, you know what I would do?
You are a king, my man. You are.
I mean, I am a king in my own right, but
what are you going to do?
I'll be humble and say, look, I'll let the people exalt me. I'll let the people tell you who I am. Who I say I am may be different than who the people say that I am.
So to
the people that may experience me, I hope that they would say that I am who you say that I am. But I ain't gonna say who I am, really. But anyway, what I will say is that the people that are put in power, and the people who do make decisions, a lot of times they aren't held up to the same standard as the regular people, and we look at them as if their ranking or their position or their popularity, notoriety, whatever it may be, may subside and offset whatever penalty they may face for doing some wrongdoing. And that's the society that we live in. Now, notice what I just said, and I hope people catch on. It seems like a lot of times when you're in a certain type of position, and I'm gonna sum it up like that. A lot of times it seems like when people are in a certain position, you can be above the law. No more than the police, and that's how like people in authority take advantage of power. So like I said, if I was to be king, the number one thing that I would look for is that if a person is a predator, if you prey on women, if you prey on children, if you prey on animals, if you prey on anybody that you deem weaker than you, you gotta be weeded out of society. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's animalistic behavior. And that's another thing. You know, science say that we as humans are animals. That's up to you to decide. Humans, animals, we relatable to
our
monkeys.
Behavior, right?
We relatable.
Animalistic behavior.
We relatable to monkeys or whatever the case may be. And that's even a deeper subject. But what I'm saying is we're not a bunch of chemicals. We ain't evolved from no apes and no things like that. We got a conscious mind.
And we know right from wrong. We do.
And that's what makes us, that's what separates us from animals.
Some people.
We're not living in the wild. What domestication is us humans. We domesticated civilization. And I'm gonna get back to
little
you.
production
Little production
issue.
issues.
Yeah,
Little
slide on a
production
little bit
issues.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Things going on, y'all. We're gonna get it there. Slide just a little bit. You
I
just
got
stop
you.
1 second. Give us a second,
We got
y'all.
production crew.
Issue. Yeah,
So
little
keep
camera.
telling
Things work.
what you think about
All right,
people in
now
power.
look. This is what I say. Listen, this is where our issue seems to come in at. Every time we get upset with somebody that we claim that can't be convicted for the things that they've done in the past. Let's just for example, and we want to convict them. You have to understand something. No matter what you do to that person that has done something to someone, it doesn't change the fact of what they done to the people. And it messes them up in a lifetime. It really does. So we've got to learn this. Stop focusing on what that was done to the person, but let's focus on getting these people some help so this won't happen again. So you got to understand this. When it happens, the person open their mouth loud and clear. You put your hands on me, I'm telling everyone. You done something to me you had no business. I am spreading the word. That's how you stop people from doing what they do. They can't continue to do what they do if they are exposed at what they're doing. It's just when they're not exposed, they continue to do it over and over and over. But let me explain something to you. Let me give you another one that ruins a life without sexual, touching or defiling anything. The disrespect of some parents to children, straight off the bat. They have an authority figure, but they talk to their children so bad, it's ridiculous every day. Mentally, how they do with that mouth. Like when you see some of these females talk to their sons, you stupid, dumb men, all day, every day. Oh, I smacked you, dumb, you stupid. This is what I'm saying. And imagine being talked to that way every day from someone in authority, your mom. So think about it. So
I mean, and we do, and see, this is one thing we do need to recognize from rap lyrics and stuff like that. You have a lot of people who had teachers that told them they would never be nothing and things like that. And I mean, that's the truth. It is some people out there that's out there telling your children that they'll never be nothing and that they'll never amount to anything and things of that nature. But let's get this on the comments. It says, anyone taking advantage of our youth got a special place in hell. Okay. That sickness can't be healed.
I like that.
No humane way with dealing with them. So yeah, anyone who takes advantage
somebody
of
felt
youth,
that. Whoever left that comment, I know you felt that. You felt that.
Anybody that took advantage,
understand you.
And I believe that. That's what I'm saying. These people had to be weeded out of society, and then we have another one that says
pain that they left behind. That's the thing about it. So no matter what you do to them, it will never vindicate what the hurt and pain and the mental that you leave behind. You really screw people up. I tell you that all the time, and I'm a counselor. That's why I hear it all the time. You hear what they've been through, and then when you hear them talk about it, it's like, wow, jeez. And imagine you went through your whole life going through that. So we don't know. It gets to a mental level. It really screws people up. So I know. And just like you said, they be in position of authority, whether they're uncle, okay, or whether they're a coach or whether they're a priest. It gets wrong all the way around. Now, what about solutions? Do we have any solutions on here, or we want to go with a few more comments?
Well, my offering of solution would be to...
Now, this is deep.
My offering of solution would be to make the penalty as steep as possible. That's what I was going to and alluding to. Like, if I were to be king, when people show signs of,
What, off with their head?
Mistreat... No, it's not off with your head. Mistreating animals and stuff like that. Mistreating humans. When you see somebody that's weaker than you and you try to take advantage of the situation, it's a predatory act. That's when you're really acting animalistic. These people will be removed from society until proven that they are rehabilitated.
And how can you do that?
They already have systems, and I'm glad you asked. They already have systems.
Have a couple of young people around to see what they do.
It's one of the European countries where when they get locked up, the whole thing that they do is almost have as close to assimilation to real life as possible, with you still being detained. So they're trying to give these people...
Whoa. I was just joking. They actually do
They
that.
do.
To
They give these people like T-paws and all that stuff, like certain things that they don't have in jails and American jails. The American way of rehabilitating people is probably never been the way to rehabilitate people. So there's one country that I seen, which is the English speaking country, if I'm not mistaken. What they do is they take these people out of the population. They have a as close to assimilation of population as possible, with these people still actually being detained head to toe.
Interesting.
They're still detained, but they're integrating them back into society. They're trying to will them back in society, and the people don't change their behaviors and stuff. They will never ever let them back into society. That's something like I would do. Even for a child, you got children that kill children. You gotta we as people have to be smart about that. I don't understand how we still got these type of people walking around here. That's because the laws is made up the way that they made up. That you got people that do heinous crimes that still live these streets when you got people that's actually defending their people and kill people for righteous reasons and they go to jail. Or you got people that been in jail for weed, which the government been selling weed or is now selling weed, but they done lost years off of their life behind the same stuff that they doing right now. So I'm just like, it don't make sense.
I understand.
It don't make sense.
I feel you on that one.
So I would say that the most important thing is to get the people off of the street that prey on people that they deem as weak, because that's not humanistic behavior. That's animalistic. When I see you as weak and I see you as fool and I can get you out of here, to be honest with me, based on my analogy, you playing God at this point. I got control over your life, so I can take your life or I can let you live as I please. So now you want to play the role of the Most High. Now, what you think gonna happen? Why you think a lot of things that happen in Baltimore happen? Because these people around here think that they are gods. They think that they are gods. You on the same level. Like you can't be touched. Like you're untouchable. Let's get rid of those mentalities. Let's stop doing the things that's hurting us, and let's learn to get along. That's why I like the next topic that we about to get into, which is the topic of the night. The topic of the night. Everybody is talking about this. Everybody.
Can't help it. You can't help it. This is one for the record. This is
one for
and if
the
you
ages.
haven't seen it, let's show you a clip of what we're talking about. I don't know how you possibly could have missed this.
Let's go in here and let's do this.
But just in case, we need some feedback on it. I know y'all got some juicy feedback on this one.
Let's do this. Let's just do this. Hold on. I don't think y'all can hear this. Wait a second. The production.
I can hear. Well, can't hear it up here?
Oh, no. I don't think I'm sharing the right screen. Is what I meant to say. Let's do this.
All right, hang in there, you all. Hang in there.
Let's make sure we're sharing the right screen. Let's make sure we're sharing the right screen. If we sharing the right screen, I want somebody to put a 1 up in the chat.
Yeah. Is it? How about now?
I want somebody to put a 1 up in the chat. If we sharing the right screen, I want somebody to put a 1 up in the chat.
Production say it's not. Yeah.
They say it's not.
No.
Okay, there you go. Let's go ahead.
How about now? Is it?
Hold on. There you go.
All right, y'all just.
Can anybody see that?
Yeah.
Let's let the audience give a second. I'm gonna give a second. If you can see it. Everybody said they can see it. Oh, you saying it before I can see it? Okay. So now we about to get into this. Let's go.
Video of the fight shows punches being thrown, a person being hit with a chair, and at least one person being thrown into the water. Police say the fight broke out as the ship.
All right, hold on. We're gonna take this back for a brief second. We do not own the rights to this.
There we go. Absolutely.
I want to stress that we don't own the rights to this. The news station owns the rights to this. So if you want more information, please go over to these news stations that's recording this. We appreciate all of the video footage and everything and like that, but we don't control that. So we definitely want to recognize that we don't own this information. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
3 men have been charged with assault after a riverfront brawl in Montgomery. It has been going viral online, and police held a news conference today.
Video of the fight shows punches being thrown, a person being hit with a chair, and at least one person being thrown into the water. Police say the fight broke out as the ship, the Harriet, had been trying to dock for 45 minutes. They say a private boat was docked in the way, and the boat's owners refused to move, instead shouting obscenities at the Harriet.
As a result, they say the Harriet's co-captain took a smaller vessel over to the dock, trying to get the boat owners to move. And that's when the argument turned physical.
The co-captain was doing his job. He was simply trying to move the boat in just enough to where the cruise ship can park safely in its identified location. However, it quickly escalated into a fistic encounter.
13 people were detained after the brawl, and 2 warrants were issued for 48-year-old Richard Roberts.
23-year-old Alan Todd and 25-year-old Zachary Shipman each had 1 warrant issued. Police are asking Reggie Gray, the man they say was wielding a chair, to contact them.
Okay. My bad about that. We ain't had no sound, but yeah, we got another comment that says his parents issued a statement asking for anonymity while they process. They put out a PayPal for donations because we broke his cash app. So the 16-year-old boy who swam across the water to help him, he had more cash apps than anything else. And you know what? This is crazy. When we look at it, it's like how when a couple of the white people got locked up for shooting up schools and all that stuff. Do you know that they had money on their bills and all that stuff? People sending them money. Yo, on the flip side, look, the medicine don't taste that good. I'm telling you, your own medicine don't taste that good. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's hush hush because I haven't really heard any white comments on this. You know what I'm saying, from white people.
But you know what? All
we
in
need
all,
white people to comment on this.
We gonna have
we
to
need
learn
to know their
get
true
along.
feelings.
We on an all in all up and up. We've got to all get along.
Yeah, let's be more for real about that.
And,
I mean,
and
we need to know their feelings.
And it's like
you know what's crazy? I don't think that white people can have this conversation.
They don't. It's like it's uncomfortable. And blacks feel as though they don't want whites to be uncomfortable either. That's why they don't let them have this conversation either. Yeah. They'll defend them quick because they don't want them to feel uncomfortable. Right. You got to be uncomfortable. These conversations have got to be had.
Right.
It is. It's just is what it is.
Right.
And it's not that we are out to get anybody. It's just time for us to play who we are for real, where we don't have to answer to anyone. It is enough of that. We need, once again, you see how that tipping was and a whole bunch of other stuff. If our black men will stand up and lead instead of at each other's throat trying to take each other out and turn around and work together, we can make a difference. You know, the jig will be up. You know, every other race know if we pull together, the jig will be up. We will be unstoppable. It will be nothing that could be able to stop us. Imagine if we all pull together. You know there will be nothing to be able to stop us. Nothing. Yep. No one, nothing. We're good at every single thing that we get into, and we up and beyond the call of duty and almost everything. You know our own missing thing, we won't pull together. If we pull together and say, you know what, brother, instead of me disliking you, I'm going to pull together because there's so many things I need from you, you need from me, that we can succeed. But instead, we find the littlest thing we don't like about each other, and then we at each other's throat. It's 98% that we need from each other, but we'll use that 2% and use it that we don't like each other. That's why, and guess what? Instead of we winning, we all fail.
Right.
Get it?
Right.
The most powerful race in the world act like the weakest. Get it?
We got another comment from Cuz that says, how far in self-control one has and how much of it do the average adult has. There were levels to this incident that could have been just the work of moving the boat and the owners not making a big deal about it. That first punch was he touched my stuff, and everything after that was cause and effects because they refused to move the boat. They got it. I think they got it moved for them.
That's a beautiful comment.
That is a lovely comment. Well, that's a great way to put it because it don't have really nothing to
solution at the same time.
It doesn't really have anything, I should say, to do with anything. And he said it's self-control. But see, look, and I was saying about that too. Like, yo, if you was to touch another man's boat or another man's property, imagine kicking another man's car or whatever. Like, that man gonna punch you, if not kill you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go over to somebody else's property and touch them. And I'm like, yeah, of course somebody gonna do that. But the thing is, us being men and dumb brutes, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us dumb brutes, you get yourself in dumb situations like that. Like, even though maybe you could have took them by yourself, maybe y'all could have took them by yourself. Of course, y'all would have been able to take more than one man, and there's 5 of y'all. But you wasn't prepared for the whole Wakanda forever to and wax on and wax off. That's what you wasn't prepared for.
That's a quick, what you do comes back on you.
That was
real quick.
That's called a reality check.
That was a quick comment.
It's called instant comments, called a reality check.
I like that.
We appreciate the comments. We appreciate y'all.
Really
man, go over to the YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, man. Man, go over to the YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. And while we talking about businesses and while we're talking about everything, man, we want to make sure we get to something that we didn't do last week. So now we're gonna lash out again, like we did the week before and the week prior. We're gonna tell y'all about this one. We're gonna tell y'all about this one that y'all need to hear about. Our sound quality was messed up last week, but this week we got it together. It's a backpack giveaway. It's free backpacks and uniforms, August the 25th. At 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. You see the location, you see the date. They're going to have special performances by Bobby Baltimore, by Ty the singer. They doing it all for us to get ready to get back to school. Make sure y'all support these people. And I'm not just talking about our people that's in need. If you have resources that you can give and contribute and donate,
let us know so we can spread the word.
You go ahead and do that so that these kids can go back to school in a fashionable, reasonable, respectable way.
And we help each other out, y'all.
Make sure it's comfortable, man. It's BMore4Real.
We help each other out,
so we gonna do this. If y'all got other businesses, if y'all got other things that y'all need, you know what I'm saying, to be put out there, first of all, what you need to do is hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You need to go over to YouTube. You need to look at our channels and everything like that. And you need to share us to make sure that your content gets shared because, like I said, we're doing a lot of things in the community. We're going to try not to do a single episode without promoting these black businesses.
Absolutely.
We have a lot going on, but we want to make sure we support these businesses, especially black businesses. So let's get it moving, Baltimore. Let's be more for real about our situation.
I'm Uncle Wayne.
And I'm OMG Danny, man. Let's
see you next Wednesday.
We'll
much love.
Let's go.
Elvis.